It is so wonderful to be in the Galilee, and you're seeing more of the team of the Aliyah Return Center. And this is the year-end giving time. It's a time where we really want to show some of the impact and how lives are being changed, and a great blessing. So I just wanted to start with the General Manager and Chief Financial Officer, Tzvika Weissman. You could call him Steve if you want. Tzvika, maybe they don't know how to pronounce your name. So how many children do you have? Where do you live? And how would you say this charity is impacting lives and the various projects that are ongoing?
My name is Tzvika, Steve Weissman. I live in Kibbutz Degania.
First kibbutz ever.
It's the first kibbutz ever. And I have 5 children and 15 grandchildren. Some are in the United States and some are in Israel. And I joined Chaim and the blessed work he's doing in the Galilee some 4.5 years ago. And I'm happy to be part of it. We have a direct impact on thousands of families during the year, making the difference between them being able to conduct a life, financially, socially, and it makes a big difference to so many people here in the Galilee. And it happened to be that we oversee at least 8 ongoing programs, starting with a Hebrew school Ulpan, that is working in full capacity, morning classes, evening classes, during the summer break, special classes for kids, children. We have a beautiful program for national service girls that we make sure that they're dedicating all their hours to help new immigrants.
So that's a year service instead of the Army. 15 young women will serve with us instead of their Army service, and they'll help immigrants.
Exactly.
Wow.
This is a unique program, first time in the Galilee. We were able to join forces with the Jewish Agency and the Volunteer Association of Israel. And for the first time we opened this program. It's a full-year program recognized by the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. And all that they're doing is caring for new immigrants and population, poor population, and they're dedicating the time and they're making a big difference, whether if it's to help a kid, a new immigrant from Ethiopia or from India or from Russia with schooling in the afternoon. And it can be just helping cleaning homes for people that cannot, afford to do otherwise. So we have another program that we've just started maybe last year with the pre-military academy. It's called Ein Prat.
That's famous.
For the first time, we were able to bring them to the Tiberias, the Galilee area. And again, we have between 25 and 45 people that dedicate the whole time, after the regular curriculum, to help new immigrants. So in any given time, we have about, I would say, 45 to 60 people available for the wonderful work of Aliyah and support new immigrants in the country. And we're very, very proud of it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
What a blessing. You have a lot probably to do in your day. You probably have quite a busy day every day except Shabbat. And you feel your because I know that you're originally born in Israel. Your parents made Aliyah, and they were actually in the Palmach. And both your mom and dad were in the...
No, both were in the Palmach.
Right.
They fought in the War of Liberation
Amazing.
in Israel in 1948, 1947, 48. Wow. And now we're in the Galilee.
Yes, the best place in Israel.
Absolutely the best place in Israel.
And so you, sir, what's your name? Where do you live? How many children do you have? And what do you do?
Hi, yes, I'm from South Africa. I'm not married, don't have any children. I do a lot of them.
Yes, you mean.
Yes, amen. I do a lot of the media here. I've been doing a lot of the social media for the last 2.5 years, working very closely with Chaim. It's incredible to be able to witness and see the amount of help that comes in through the center, but then also personally, the center has helped me a lot. It's enabled me to live here in Israel. And I also have my parents that will be making Aliyah in a week. So it's allowed the opportunity to not just change my life, but also influence future generations. So it's amazing also just to see the impact that we're having on social media with this, the quarter, this annual quarter of reaching over 60 million impressions. So our reach is one thing and our impressions is another. And then also to just see the impact that the nations are having, you know, with the media that we put out, it definitely seems like it's making an impact, that people's opinions are changed. And then definitely within the Tiberias region or the North region, to witness the change that the Aliyah Return Center has on people's lives as well. To see people that are struggling with food get food baskets, people that are struggling with clothing, to receive clothing, just to see the social impact that the Aliyah Return Center has on the nation of Israel and the North here. It's incredibly, it's a privilege to work with you guys and also to be supported. Thank you so much.
And so I feel you're saying it's two-pronged, really. You see that not only is it showcasing the help that people are getting in the media that's produced by you, by the Aliyah Return Center, not only showcasing people that lives changed, coming from a total, out of it, running from anti-Semitism, possibly from violence, I don't know what, maybe right out from Amsterdam and from a pogrom, and they come right here and they're able to be received in partnership with many other organizations. But you're saying it's showcasing that, but it's also changing people's opinion, like understanding the biblical understanding. What is Aliyah and how is Israel, because there's a lot of anti-Israel bias, a lot of lies about Israel. There's almost a media war against Israel. So would you say that you feel that the ARC is part of winning the media war in some ways?
Yeah, I think we definitely play our small part. You know, some of the videos, especially during a lot of the propaganda we saw in the early wars, we would take content to address that, and we would see reaches through certain content, your content or other content that we post, reaching millions of people on single-use content, you know. And I definitely believe that has an impact and a shape on world news, especially when we saw how to address the poverty issue and certain things that are being said against Israel. And then when those things are brought up into the public, we definitely see a change in people's perspectives. And then also, I guess, this donates to people standing with us and the nation standing with Israel, helping our organization. And that also is an incredible thing to see, just the support from the nations.
Shalom to you both. I understand you both are a couple, and still on your honeymoon, I hear.
Yes.
And so put that right there. So, and let's start with you. What is your name, and how many children do you guys have?
My name is Gail Schrader, and Walter and I share 6 children and a bunch of appendages that come with them. So I would say in 2015, Dean Bai came through with the 10 white trucks through Regina, Saskatchewan, and he talked about a dream, and I think it was the beginning of the dream that they wanted to have absorption in Israel, and he says he wanted to get a family house to host volunteers, and they needed host parents, and both Walter and I just thought, that's for us.
Hospitality.
So that was 2015, and finally in 2020 we were able to come for the first time for 3 months, and I was head of hospitality at that time. And then in 2022 we came for 6 months, and we were in this house and we're the parents. And then this year we went through the process, and you can too, to get a 1-year volunteer visa. And so now we don't have to leave the country. We can stay for 1 year and maybe even renew it for the second. We'll see.
That's right.
And I think to me it is an honor and a privilege to be able to take care of a house that would provide a clean, safe, welcoming place for volunteers to come, host some guests to come to stay, and both Walter and I, he will probably share that, but we see as our mandate to make life easier for Chaim and the rest of the team, to do whatever we can to support the team that are working on the ground here. And I guess we're the only Gentiles so far that you're talking to. And so, yes, Gentiles can come and support the Israelis.
And what would you say, Walter, is the main impact you see of the volunteers that come that are, not Jewish maybe? Maybe they're from all kinds of places and they come and stay and you're responsible for them. What would you say you see through these many years as an impact?
Well, maybe before I answer that question, I'll just finish Gail's little thing there. We have 15 no, not 15.
13.
Svika has 15. We have 13 and one great-grandchild. And so we've left all them back here because we believe that we can have an impact here. The way impact that I see, Chaim, while we don't necessarily interact directly with the new immigrants, our job is to be behind the scenes and make things easier for the team that is actually working, like all the rest of you. As Gail says, we're the Gentiles. But prophecy says that the Gentiles will come and carry them on their shoulders and will serve. So we are serving just so that it'll be easier for you guys to do whatever you are doing. So whatever we can do. People ask me sometimes, what do you do here? And I'm always stumped because we do whatever is required.
It's so much. And you'd say seeing so many volunteers come throughout the many years, 2015, 2000, all those different. And would you say you see that is something that is, what would you say you feel that does for Israel in these times of war and so on?
Well, the local people that we interact with, they all appreciate us coming, and especially during this time of war. But even in the past, like Gail said, our role is host parents, and so we kind of coordinate the people that come through. If they come through for a couple of weeks or a month or two, it's hard for them to get into a routine, and we see our job as kind of helping them to coordinate their stuff so that they don't have to spend a week or two figuring out what should I be doing here. So we can hopefully help them hit the ground running and get right at it.
Oh, I love that you mentioned Isaiah 49 verse 22 and that mandate for the volunteers around the world to come and help carry the Jewish people home. And if that's carrying a suitcase, if that's planting a tree, if that's folding clothes in the clothing distribution center, if it's arranging the boxes at the warehouse, if it's helping with many a different thing, like an event for the Ethiopians, put the tables out. It's just such a big thing and such an honorable thing, especially in a time of war where most Israelis feel like the whole world's turned against Israel and against the prophecies about Israel. But you guys are saying, no, we don't choose that. We choose to stand with the prophecies. Now, as we just end, what would you like to say concerning the partners that you see every day?
We were able to connect with very, very prominent, very important organizations in Israel. We created partnerships with the Jewish Agency for Israel, the National Ministry of Education, the local ministry in Tiberias of Education, the National Ministry of Aliyah and Absorption, and the local office with our good friend Yoel Haddad, who's the head of the department here. The cluster of cities that are making the greater Galilee area are in partnership with us.
For the incubator, right?
For the incubator, for the business incubator, and the National Organization for Volunteers in Israel. And IDF, of course.
Right.
We have recognition for the soldiers, lone soldier homes that we're supporting and operating. And,
Even Karen Kayemet,
the
trees.
Which is the JUF.
Or JNF.
JNF.
Jewish National Fund.
Yeah, the local branch is called differently in Israel, Karen Kayemet.
Right.
and there's so many other organizations, and now the door is open. Even last week, we created a partnership with the Office of the Prime Minister. Okay, and every day is a new challenge, but we're expanding our reach and influence and partnership. And nowadays, when we pick up the phone and we want to talk to the mayor, we get him in 2 seconds. And with the door is open for us. And the truth of the matter is that I'm neglecting to mention that this is all. I mean, we're doing the work, but we couldn't have done this work without the support of all our wonderful donors. We appreciate any donation, small or large, and we understand that sometimes it's very difficult for a person to commit to $20 a month. And we have many people that will make the effort and will sign for a monthly donation of $20. And on the other hand, we have people who all of a sudden someone will pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I want to donate or commit to a grant of $100,000." Okay, they're all welcome. We use all the resources. We appreciate it very much. We made it a point to, out of every dollar we receive, 85% to 90% goes back to the community. We're working with a very, very limited crew, many volunteers, and the money, I feel, is well spent. I mean, we appreciate everything, and thank you so much for your donation.
Well, even to just add to this is there are charities where they just use a lot of overhead, and there's all these people with all these jobs, you don't even know what they're doing. And you see in America, he hired Elon Musk, Trump, President-elect hired Elon Musk to say, hey, can we get this efficiency of the government spending? That can happen in charities too, but I like that you brought that up, that it is goes to the people.
Back to the community. We don't have fancy cars, and we don't have fancy offices, and we're hardworking people, and everybody's contributing their share.
Yeah.
And
if someone feels led to sow into the Lighthouse, the Lighthouse is this headquarter building. We're trying to get together all the funds necessary to build from zero to build a 5-story center a hub of operations, headquarters, if you will, for all the work. Thank you for your hard work.
You're welcome.
And you, sir, would you have a word for everyone here? I mean, of course, like, comment, and subscribe and all that, but I'm just saying, when truth is under attack, the very history of Israel, the very Bible is under attack. People want to change it and to use these things as tools in a war, as weapons of war against Israel. What would you say to people that are watching, and how they can get more people involved in the media?
Well, first of all, just thank you so much for your support. To see the on-the-ground movement of helping Holocaust survivors, helping the poor and the needy and those that really need it. I think it's a great mitzvah, and thank you for that. In terms of spreading social awareness, I think to share, to engage with the comments, to engage with the post, to share the posts that we do put out, and then also just to carry on looking for truth. Truth isn't something that's subjective. It isn't something that just comes out of thin air. And a lot of these things with research, you can see and you can understand the conflict here. And I encourage you to carry on watching what Chaim does, carry on interacting with the Return Center pages. Often it's our small core audience that has helped us reach millions. People forget oftentimes that just by commenting, by liking, by subscribing, you're actually helping to move Israel's story forward. So just thank you so much for your interaction and your willingness to participate in the story, because I think a lot of people forget that it's the tangible participation that helps move things forward as we one collective body. So thank you so much for your support and just for helping this incredible mitzvah move forward.
as a volunteer, I would like to say that, and I would just like to corroborate what has been said. We don't get paid. We actually pay to stay. It's on our dime that we come here. And I want to say that the staff is pretty much a skeleton staff, and there's a few people that do a lot of work. And I think they're very efficient. I haven't seen anybody driving a fancy sports car or anything like that from donation money, and they seem to be spending it very well from my perspective. And I would just like to encourage you to, if you're not contributing now, to consider. If you are contributing to this charity, I would also like to thank you for that as well.
I'd like to say that one of the blessings of being here is because of the Aliyah Return Center and their reputation that goes around the world, and it's come through even the altar of prayer, the 24/7 prayer line. People from around the world come here, and we are, as volunteers, get to meet world changers, people that make a difference from Uganda, from Malaysia, from the European countries, from America and everywhere else. And what an honor and a privilege to be here and to be able to meet these people. So I really encourage, I want to throw a plug in for the Ambassador Academy. There is no better tour group or opportunity than joining an Ambassador Academy because of the time that is given to stay here, pray in our worship center, learn because of the teachers that are offered, and also serve. But we get to do tours and not in a big rush, and it's the best deal going. So check the website, see if you can come to the Ambassador Academy.
We just want to thank you for taking this time to meet some of the team, meet the panel, meet the people who are behind the scenes often, so that you hear from them. And I just want to encourage you, in a time where a darkness of anarchy, the world is on a tipping point. We're at a tipping point here. If you stand for the Judeo-Christian values, you stand for freedom, you stand for what's written in the Bible, and you stand for family, you stand for Israel, then why don't you do something about that? Why don't you pray about what you can do practically, tangibly, and yes, sure, clicking like, subscribing, sure, coming to volunteer, coming to the Ambassador Academy, donating, and I mean monthly. Really, the monthly commitment is really what makes a big difference. People don't really think about that. People often will give once, but the monthly commitment it's a foundation that can be built on. And so I just encourage you, hey, ask God, how can I make a difference? For really, Israel affects the whole Middle East, and you can see the amount of enemies that are being rebuked right now by God. And there's going to be a new future that's arising. And let's build together. Let's work together to fulfill these prophecies and to help these immigrants to have a beautiful welcome when they come running from anti-Semitism in many, many places. And we believe there's going to be, all the professionals estimate 1 million immigrants coming in the next few years. So that's a lot of work that we are going to do together with a smile on our face. And Zionism is that home, is that homeland. And we're here to build it up, everything from trees to renovating houses, to really giving them the food, clothing, shelter, job training that they need. So thank you, and this is year-end giving. This is the time where charities raise really all their budget for the next year, 2025, and we believe for that. So thank you, and for standing with us. Of course, we are also a 501c3 in America, so you are able to get that charitable tax-exempt receipt, and for your foundation, your organization, your church, your conference. Thank you for being a family. God bless you from the Galilee, from the Aliyah Return Center team.